Mitch, what do you take away from last night's game?
Obviously, too many penalties on our part. Undisciplined, letting that power play get rolling is a bad thing to do. So, we got to protect our net better as well. Just play a better defensive game. But, we did our video today. We did our stuff. Now it's just about perfecting it and doing it tomorrow.
Did you feel any nerves off the start? Like, did you feel like maybe the pressure got to the group at all last night?
No, I don't think so. Obviously that wasn't the start we wanted. That's something that we've really tried to emphasize this year is getting on our toes just to start games. And, we didn't do that last night. So, like I said, it's a new slate now. Look into game 2 now.
Well, how surprising was it? How surprising was it coming to the dressing room today? Sorry. What was the mood like?
Same as always, man. We're all happy to be here. We're all, grateful to be with this organization, this team. So that's how you look at it every day. Like I said, we came in here, ready to, clear the slate, look at what we need to do better, and be ready for game 2.
What's the deal with Callie on your line there? Like, what has made you guys successful when you've been together?
He just brings a lot of speed. He gets the puck on off his stick quickly, makes plays up the ice. So I don't think much changes when he gets on our line between him and Mike.
At the end of the day, one loss, regardless of what the score was, it's just one loss in the series. But at the end of the day, you know better. This is a city where things can get blown out of proportion. How do you guys keep that stuff out of this locker room?
We don't listen to anything. We don't read what you guys are saying. We don't, worry about anything. We just worry about ourselves in here. That's all you can worry about at the end of the day. So that's what we do. We come in here as a team, we regroup, and be ready to go.
Mitch, you guys have played deep into a lot of series, and you guys have come back, and there's been a lot of back and forth. When you look at big games, what do you guys draw on? What do you look to in terms of what you've done already, in terms of how to respond?
Well, get off to a better start. Something that we always, like I said, just emphasize, want to do better with. So, that's going to be the key. Just trying to get on our toes to start, put the pressure on, and go from there.
Is this where moving people around up front is going to help you guys? Because you virtually had everybody playing with everybody. Moving Callie onto your line, that kind of thing?
Well, I think, like I've said throughout the year, I think a lot of guys can move up and down our lineup, and everyone's comfortable in their whatever role they get put in. So that's the nice thing about having versatile forwards up front, and I don't think anything changes whoever goes wherever.
Mitch, if Michael's unavailable for tomorrow, however long, what kind of a loss does he present in the line?
Yeah, well, obviously he does his job very well of getting around that net, being a guy that gets people's faces, and he's also very good at just high tips, making plays off that, making plays down low. So that's what you'll miss. But like I said, we got a lot of guys in this locker room that can come in and out of lineups and do a great job.
Knies is a 20-year-old who's only played 3 NHL games. If he draws in, what can he bring to you guys?
Well, I think you guys seen his game. He's a big power guy. He knows how to work that puck low. He knows how to handle it. So he's played in big games himself in his career. Obviously, he's still young, and it was NCAA, but he's played in big moments, so nothing new, I'm sure.
How did you feel out there 5-on-5? There's so little, I guess, even strength of time. Was it hard to get in a rhythm? Like, just how did you and Austin, do you think, feel last night?
Yeah, it was, especially the second was a weird one. It's hard to get the rhythm going with that many calls and, penalty killing that much time and power play. So, when we got out there, we just tried to do the best we could do.
What were you seeing when you flipped past that second Tampa goal?
I was out there for a while just trying to get a change, trying to put it in a place that Factor and John could get to, and their D kind of saw that Johnny and Factor couldn't see where it was going and jumped above it.
Does it feel like they get the benefit of the doubt with some of the calls? John was saying sometimes just because they've won a lot, maybe they have the inside track there, no?
I have no idea. You got to ask the refs about that. We're just out there to play hockey and play our game, so let the refs call what they want to call.
You guys obviously have a lot of guys that are considered leaders in this room. Who are the guys that are stepping up right now?
Everyone. Like I said, keep emphasizing it. We got a lot of guys in this room that were leaders on their past teams or leaders on this team. So we're not panicking here. We're not real, let's say, panic. We're just out there to do our thing, out there to practice, have a good time with each other, know what we got to do better.
Ilya was pretty hard on himself. Sorry, last one. Ilya was really hard on himself. Just what's your sense of how he'll respond, what you've seen from him this season?
Yeah, it's been great when he needed to respond. But again, we didn't help him out a whole lot. Gave him a lot of free chances around our net, so it's hard to come up with massive saves every game.
What's up, Leafs Nation? Here with Noel Acciari. First thing I want to talk to you about is just pressing the reset button and kind of how having a good practice today helps narrow the focus going into Game 2.
Yeah, it's playoffs. You could have a short memory, and just kind of everyone coming in here with a different mindset, and just happy to get back out on the ice, and it's best of 7 for a reason.
And we saw in practice you were playing with O'Reilly and Knies. What do you think the dynamic you three bring?
I think a little of everything. Knies, he's strong on the puck and he's fast, skilled, and O'Reilly's such a good two-way player. And for me playing wing, I think it'll give me a chance to get in on the forecheck, maybe get some pucks back, and just getting pucks to the net, and having a couple big bodies there.
Speaking of big bodies, you and McCabe led the team in hits with 7 apiece. Can you just talk a bit about the physicality and how important you think it will be to bring into the next game, and if that's one of your focuses?
Yeah, absolutely. You wear teams down. Like you got to win 4 games, and if it goes to 7, that's a lot it takes on your body. So every check you can finish, you want to, because that's maybe they're thinking twice of going in for the puck, and they just get them thinking. But I think that's something we definitely need to continue to do.
Last question. You're on a line with Knies, who could be playing in his first NHL playoff game. On a line with 2 experienced players like yourself and O'Reilly. So is there anything you say to him, or what's that dynamic like?
Yeah, take in the moment, but at the same time, just play your game. You're here for a reason, and I think he acclimated well in his first couple of games in regular season. But I think maybe a shift or 2 get the jitters out. But like you said, O'Reilly and I will help him along the way, and I think he's going to do great out there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What did you learn watching last night?
Tampa's a competitive team. The playoffs are a different animal. A lot more physical, a lot faster, and special teams matter. Staying disciplined matters, and just staying out of the box, I think, was a huge, valuable lesson for this team.
What would you feel about getting in? What would that be like?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Every kid's dream to play in the playoffs and play for the Stanley Cup. So I'd be super stoked and pumped to be a part of it, and just trying to contribute.
While understanding that regular season and playoffs are different, Matt, what would you draw on from the games last week?
Yeah, I think that kind of just built my confidence up a little bit. Got me more familiar with the speed and the pace. But yeah, it's going to be raised for playoffs. So but I think that also elevates my game too, is playing with faster opponents around me and playing with faster players with me.
Compared to even 4 or 5 days ago, how much more comfortable are you with the group, with the staff, and everything that kind of comes with the routine of being here?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. The routine is definitely something I picked up. How I show up to the rink, how I prepare, the kind of things I put in my body before games. Those 3 games especially, and then coming to warm up for the playoff game was a valuable thing for me, that just to kind of get used to the setup and just getting my body ready for the game.
What have the last 10 days been like? We talked to you before yesterday's game. You thought maybe you get a chance. What if you just put into context what this has been like?
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't really sat down to think about it, but I'm kind of just taking one day at a time. Talking to the guys here, it's been a lot of fun. They've been extremely welcoming, and makes it fun to come to the rink and just play hockey. It's tremendous to be here, to be a part of this group. It's a tight group, and they brought me along with them, and so I couldn't ask for anything more.
Has there been any discussion with the coaching staff about how they would want to use you, what your role would be, and what the scenario will be that will get you on the line?
Yeah, I think it's just contribute everywhere I can. Use my size, use my body, and be a physical opponent on the ice. Try to be hard to play against, play below the goal line. Make it hard on their D to kind of cut back and just be at the net. Be a big presence on the ice, and I think that's the biggest way I can contribute.
How much of a resource has Ryan O'Reilly been for you, especially playing with him in the regular season and just kind of putting his brand?
Yeah, I mean, having a guy like that who's such a veteran in the NHL, it's good for me. He's teaching me along the way, and it's nice to have a guy with such experience to kind of sit along and just kind of pick his brain a little bit during the game and also during practice. It's been valuable information for me, and it's helped me adjust to it a lot better.
How do you deal with pressure?
Pressure is a privilege here. That's been said a lot, but it truly makes you play better when the pressure's on the line, and that's the kind of moments I know everyone in this locker room wants to be in. Makes us better players, makes us want to contribute even more. So I think it's good that we have pressure.
What did you feel coming in today? It was a tough loss, obviously, this last night. Like, what was your sense of the group?
I think everyone just got back to work. Put that game behind a short-term memory and just deconstruct it on film and kind of just get back to managing ice time and our bodies and just making sure that we're ready for the next game.
Anything stand out from the warm-up? I know it's kind of crazy to ask about a warm-up, but what was it like to be there?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. That was only my second time skating on Scotiabank, so to see the fans, to see the towels, it's an exciting environment, and just was happy to see the atmosphere from the ice level, and so it was a good experience.
Getting used to the traffic?
Yeah, I mean it kind of stinks, to be honest. Getting home from the game, it was a long time coming. I think there was an accident too, so I was my Google Maps couldn't figure me out on the way home. I lost JT for a little bit, so I was on my own and stranded in Toronto. So.
What happened last night from your perspective? What went wrong for you guys?
I mean, I think a little slow start, and then we kind of worked our way back into some penalties. So I think that was kind of the issue. But yeah, we need to have a better start.
Do you feel any nerves off the hop? Like, what was your sense of the group?
No, I think that everybody knows what's coming. So I mean, it wasn't too bad.
How surprising was the start, though? You guys have had good starts a lot. You played well defensively. How surprising were those first 10 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it happened. I mean, obviously we weren't ready for it. I think that's kind of the thing that like I said earlier, we need to have a better start. So.
What was your sense of the group coming into today? Like, what do you feel?
I mean, yeah, we're down one game, and we know that we need to play a lot better. So, but I mean, everybody knows what we're able to do in here. So, I think we're kind of relaxed.
Mitch essentially said that you guys were ready to kind of shake that loss off and move on to the next one. Having said that, this is a city where this team has a magnifying glass on it, and there's lots of chatter on social media. You guys are young guys. How do you stay away from the negative stuff?
I mean, I've been here for a while, so I've been through it. So it is what it is. Don't really worry too much about it.
But you don't want it to seep in the room, though, right? I mean,
no, I don't think nobody really. I mean, we know what's going on, and everybody trusts everybody in this room. So, I mean, we're not too worried about what you guys say.
It's not just us, though.
Ilya Samson out today, Will.
Sorry?
What kind of words did you have for Samson out today? I saw you up there.
I just talked to him, just between me and him.
How do you think he's going to respond?
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
How big is it that so many guys have moved around up front, especially in the top six, that people play with each other? If you're going to lose Michael, you guys are used to playing with different people.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing with a bunch of different people throughout the season and since the trade deadline, so I think everybody's kind of used to playing with each other, so not too worried about that.
What do you like about the chemistry when it's been you, Alex, and John? We've seen it quite a bit, obviously.
Yeah, we're back. I think that's where we were. Were we there last playoffs too? Yeah. Yeah, we play together a lot in the playoffs and in big games, so I think that we can build off of what we've been able to do in the past.
Matthew is 20. He's played 3 games. Like, if he gets in, like, what do you think he can bring to you guys?
Well, obviously you've seen the speed and I mean how strong he is on the puck and the way he can shoot the puck. I think could add a lot of that on the forecheck too and help us get pucks back that way. I think he's a tremendous player. It'd be fun for him to play his first one.
Sheldon, how did you go about refocusing the group today?
You have a meeting, you have a practice, good chance to rinse everything out and, get in a better frame of mind. Obviously, it's tough coming in today. You don't feel good about the effort or result you got last night. But, you brush yourself off and you get back to work today.
Was today more about X's and O's or psychology?
A little bit of both. There's some things you talk about and you go on the ice and have what really, for us, amounted to what would have been tomorrow's morning skate had we taken today off. Got that work in today, but because I did think it was important to get on the ice and be together as a group. And it's just there's adjustments always to be made, but when your frame of mind changes, a lot of things just kind of snap back into place. Obviously, we weren't anywhere near ourselves yesterday.
They're going to say that they're ignoring anything that's happening outside of the room in terms of the negativity after that loss. I mean, how important is that these guys are able to shut that out?
Very.
So what did you see in Knies in the 3 games to give you confidence you could come into the lineup in the playoffs for you and do something for you?
Well, we think he's a great option for us. In the games that he's played, I think he did a good job. He's taken care of all that he can do in the short amount of time he's been here. Obviously, bunting situation's up in the air right now, and we'll see how that goes. But we brought him in here for a reason and gave him the games we gave him for a reason, because we felt he'd be a good option for us if needed, and the more experience we could give him, the better. And today in practice, tried to get him some proper reps, because he really hasn't had that this week. Lineup decisions, we'll make those tomorrow.
How do you snap this team back as a coach when there was that much kind of deviance from what you guys actually are, right? So where's the start?
Yeah, it wasn't so much a structural thing. Yesterday, so much as just an urgency thing to me. We were tentative, we were on our heels, and that's really not where we are or who we are, and it's certainly not how we've played for the last chunk of time. The other thing that's been really strong about our team is we've bounced back really well when we haven't been ourselves or we haven't got a good result. You're in a playoff series here. We talked about it last night. The emotions go both ways in playoff series. So it's about us, just regrouping, refocusing here, and understand the importance of tomorrow's game, and have an effort that reflects that.
Any discussions with Samsonov after that game?
No, Curtis Sanford, the goalie coach, handles that.
What did you see that made you want to, put Ryan on the third line and move John back to center and kind of create some center depth?
Well, our bottom six didn't have a great day yesterday. There's that, but also, I haven't made any line of decisions on what we'll look like tomorrow, but I wanted to get John some reps back in center. He hasn't had those all week, and if we end up moving things around, I want him to be comfortable there. But again, I haven't made any final decisions, so I wouldn't read too much into what we looked like today.
Does that include any net, or do you stick with Samsonov?
No, Sammy's going in net for sure, and he's another guy that to me has bounced back really well. And he wanted to get on the ice today. We were going to sort of cater the practice to what he wanted, as he normally would do, coming off of a start. But he wanted to be in there, and to me, he was sending a message to the team about how focused he is. And I thought he had an excellent practice today, as short as it was. And to me, he looks ready to get back at it.
Do you expect a decision on?
What kind of a loss does Mike present if he's unavailable for the game?
Well, obviously he's a guy that plays with our top players and has the ability to score goals for us, plays with lots of energy and all of that. He's come to be an important part of our team for sure. We'll see how that goes. He's put himself into a bad spot here, but like I said, we have options if needed, and we'll move things around accordingly.
Do you expect a decision today, this evening, anything like that?
I would assume we play tomorrow, so I would think it would come down pretty quickly. I think they kind of go in a couple of hours.
Why did you feel it important to get the Matthews line away from Cirelli there early in the game?
Well, those are their best defensive players, so if you can get your best offensive players away from their best defensive players, I think that's favorable. But it's challenging to do, especially, they played them so much, and they were winning a lot of the shifts. Their team was, so they were getting in the front end of a lot of the line changes and such. That's what happens when you carry play. By and large, our guys got to play against everybody, but when I have an opportunity to keep them away from their best defensive people, I think that's part of my job to do so.
Do you feel Jake 7 something that you'll contemplate moving forward? Or?
Yeah, we use all these options like that down the stretch. So, we'll see what happens in the bunting situation, and then make a decision. At some point tomorrow. We do have options there, and we were comfortable either way.
How do you feel Jake McCabe did, all things considered?
I thought. He had some great moments in the game competitively. I thought, by and large, it was probably a tough night for everybody on defense for us. I thought Luke Shen had some really good moments in the game, but I thought as a group, our D-core, like the rest of our team, had a tough night, tough days, and I put Jake there at the same time. He steps up at a big moment, gets a huge hit for us. That at the time, we're coming back. We've just made it 3-2, gets the building going. Good, hard, clean hit. Unfortunately, that whole situation turns into us being shorthanded shortly thereafter, and then the game gets away on us from there. To me, that's Yeah, I mean, we didn't play well enough to be in a situation to have a chance to win, but it certainly felt like we were on our way to come back and win in that game last night. And then that situation went south with the penalty to David Kampf, and then the 5-minute major not far after that. So that was a key moment in the game. I thought Gaber did his job in terms of really getting the momentum on our side. Unfortunately, we didn't take advantage of it in that moment.